Hey y'all, how you doing? Here we're gonna make some light malt extract agar. Obviously starting with some light malt extract powder, some agar powder. I'll link to another one in the description. Here's a media bottle. Any bottle will work as long as it holds 500 milliliters, or you can do some math and figure it out. Some 70% alcohol, some Petri dishes because I like Petri dishes for some of my things, a larger area to work on. Got some ketchup cups, which are really cool for doing just little quick grows, testing something to see if it's contaminated, stuff like that. Also a pressure pot and a pot for boiling water. And that will be about all we need for this. Here's the recipe. We got 500 milliliters of water, 15 grams of light malt extract, and 10 grams of agar powder. I've had to record this about 4 times because I kept saying milligrams, but it is grams. So here we're measuring out 15 grams of the light malt extract. We're trying to get this pretty close. If anything, you want to be a little bit under. If you get it a little too rich, it could create problems for your growth, bacterial growth and stuff like that. So yeah, 3 grams of light malt extract per 100 milliliters of water and 2 grams of agar powder per 100 milliliters. Since I'm doing 500 milliliters of water in this batch, that's a 15 grams and 10 grams. Here I'm just measuring out the 500 milliliters of water that I boiled, nice and hot. That way the ingredients will mix well. Although I very quickly realized this is a mistake. You'll see here in a second as I go through it. So here you see me trying to pour it in the bottle. This would have been easier if I had used a jar or a beaker or maybe even a funnel, but I lost my funnel. I thought I used the media jar. It didn't go right. Hey, live and learn. Have fun while you're doing it. So I was looking back at my other agar video to see how I did this. And I put it in the pot, warmed the water, brought it to a slow boil here, just barely a boil. And then it will be ready to pour back in the media jar correctly. So that's what I suggest. Just make sure you continually stir it. Don't get it overly hot or you will burn the light malt extract, but just bring it to the smallest little boil. And as soon as it's ready, get it off that heat. Put it back in your jar. Put the lid on the jar. I put it on a little tight, shake it up, make sure everything's good in there. Everything's mixed up well. Then loosen the jar because I'm going to put it in the pressure cooker, and we always want to leave a little bit of air movement for pressure cookers. I'm not going to cover how to use a pressure cooker in this video. Just show you here real quick. I've got a bottom pan on there, then I've got some lids, and then I've got this second thing to keep the water or to keep the media off the bottom. That way it doesn't burn. Put that in there, and I'll pressure cook this at 15 psi for 20 minutes. While that was cooking, I warmed the oven to 250 degrees, got out my rack, and I have my teapot weight on there because it's what I need to keep this rack balanced. You'll see a little better view here in a second. Close up the media bottle again, make sure it's nice and mixed up. Be a little careful because it got warm in there, and when I mixed it and closed it, it built up some pressure, shot all over me. Luckily, I had a leather hand protector there, so that kept everything from burning me. It's important that we get the temperature of this bottle, let it cool off. So since I'm using Petri dishes, I was able to do this at 175. I do these a little bit different than most people. I pour them from the top. I've tried from the bottom. Every time I do it, I make a mess. I'm trying to get these a little bit thicker when I pour these, about 2 millimeters in thickness of agar in there. But yeah, I do it from the top. I don't do it from the bottom. Just my choice. I've never had a problem with contamination in there. I've got that oven on 250 at this point, so the heat is rising, kind of pushing anything away from there. It's supposed to help keep it a little bit clean. That way you can see the good videos here. In the past, I've poured these agar plates really thin, like just barely covering it. I wouldn't suggest that. It was too thin. The nutrients dried up too fast, and it was not worth it. So try and get 2 to 3 millimeters in there, and you'll see a nice level in there, and that will support your plate growth for a little bit, and I think it's a healthy amount. So after these 5 plates are done, I'll move on to the ketchup cups. I really didn't, but you'll see it. I dropped that temperature down to 164, and the oven's still at 250 here. I very quickly realized that that's not going to work. It starts to melt these cups a little bit. I wasn't sure if it was the 250 or if it was the 164. I know I should get this below 160 before I pour it, but it's where we are. So I'll stop here really quick and say, oops, let's try it again. I let the agar powder cool to about 158, 156, somewhere in there, and brought the oven down to 200 and continued pouring. This was much cleaner. I didn't have the problems with the cups melting. And I like to pour these a little thicker. These are probably 4 to 5 millimeters thick. I find that that's good for letting things sit in there longer. It's more nutrients and longer life for your cups. These are really good for just kind of testing to see if something's dirty. I drop a little bit of a liquid culture from new syringes in there, or throw in some spores and just kind of make sure that they come in clean. And I really find them useful. That's why I do both the ketchup cups and the Petri dishes. Yeah, so put the lids on these things, have them ready when I need them. I think I wind up getting 18 cups here, ketchup cups out of this, and it looks like what, 14 Petri dishes. Nice little mix for me, ready to go. Like, subscribe if you want to see more content. I appreciate your time. There we go, all looking beautiful. We'll let them cool and keep them stacked. Here you go. You can see how clear this is. This is liquid malt extract. I didn't put any food coloring in these ones. You can see right through them. There's the 2 millimeter thickness. And here in just a sec, I'll show you. I ran some. There you go. That is a agar piece from a clone that I did. And so I threw it on here, and just look how beautiful that's going. No bacteria, no problems in there. Here is another one. This one's liquid culture. Beautiful.